everybody, this is Sherry with CPR, Craft, Pray, Repeat. And this is just the little book that I use to keep track of what I use when I do my projects, what projects I'm working on, projects I want to do, things like that. And I just made it out of some of that stuff that you can get from Michael's. It's nothing fancy. I've had it for a long time. But what I did do was I added, this was driving me nuts that it had this lace and it was just so blah. So I added this really pretty flower that I took and bought these flowers from the craft store, and I took it apart. I actually flipped some of the flowers over and then put it together. I used a Bling from BB Crafts, and it's actually hooked on by a pin, so it moves a little. I could take it off if I don't want it on there, but I wanted something on the front of my book. It was driving me nuts that it was so plain. And then I made that little paper clip right there, and I love it. Love how, oh, I just pulled it. Just pulled out of my place marker. Oh, well, live and learn, Sherry, live and learn. All right. I'm telling you, not one of my brighter moves. Oh, well, we're going to move forward. This is actually called, they're baskets. And I'll put a link for them in the description box. And they're actually big baskets, and they have extra pieces to it. But I took, and it's from Treasure Box Design. And I just used this piece and got rid of all of the other stuff, shrunk it down, because I wanted something for spring, so I decided to use the little lamb. I used my tumbled glass distress ink for the white, my tattered rose for the pink, and my wilted violet for the little purple bow. I don't know if you're going to be able to tell. But there's just a tiny, little tiny bling right there. So, I mean, it's nothing fancy, but it's real. I just love how it looked. Love how it turned out. And that little bling is a nail art thing that I purchased forever ago from eBay. So if you just go on eBay and you search nail art, little tiny blings like that and stuff will come up. I used my .005 micron pen for the eyes, and my black and white pan pastels as well for the eyes. And that's it. I used a gold paper clip, and I personally should have used a silver one because I've got a little silver bling here, and I've got silver eyelets on the side of my book. So I should have used silver, but I didn't have any silver paper clips, and that's other than big ones, so I don't know. It's alright. It's only for spring. I will survive. But I just thought it was so cute, and I love how I could take something that was a basket, a big project, and shrink it down to the size I wanted. And I don't have written down what size I shrunk it to, because you would make it whatever size you want. This was the first one that I did. And I wish I had made it a little bit bigger, because I have quite a lip here on the front of, on the top of my book. So had I made it a little bit bigger, it would have stuck out a little more up there, but that's okay. Like I said, this was my first one, and I will learn from that. And then when I make one for later on in the year, or whenever I want to change it out, or I need another space, you know, another bookmark, because that was my problem. I had to keep digging, thinking, where's that page at? And then I realized, I thought, Sherry, you're a crafter, you bonehead. Make yourself a bookmark. So that's what I did. I was like, well, golly, it only took me 6 months or more to think of that. Yep, I'm really on the ball. Sorry, I just think about how crazy that sounded, how stupid I am. I'm sitting there all this time struggling. And I've got my pen over here, which is my little pen holder. And love the book. And this was the first one I made. And I know now different ways to make it. And I do plan on making some more. But I wanted to share my flower and the really pretty center from BB Craft. I absolutely love that. I'll link those, guys. I love those They're actually buttons, but I love them. And use them for flower centers. And wanted to share my little bookmark with you guys. And that is it. And I needed to have my information with me and have my book at the same time, so I ripped my page out, which was probably not a bright thing. With my luck, the other side of the paper will fall out and I'll need it for something and won't have it. It's alright. It's just kind of been one of those days. I hope that you like it. I hope you like the video. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I'll do my best to answer. I've had some people ask questions lately on different videos from in the past, and they're like, I don't mean to bother you. Please don't ever feel like that. If you have a question, and if I have the actual answer, if I'm smart enough to know it, which in a lot of cases I'm not, but if I am smart enough to know it, I'm more than happy to share anything I know. So please don't hesitate to ask. You know, really, I remember when I started crafting years and years and years and years ago. I've probably been crafting for over 20 years. And so, I mean, I remember not knowing, especially now that there's the Cricut and the Silhouette, which I don't have a Silhouette or, you know, any of the, I only have the Cricut. So if you want to know about that, I'll help you. Or if you have another question, I'll do my best, but I can't promise. But, you know, I know when they first came out, I'm like, well, what's that word? And what's that mean? And, you know, you didn't understand. And, you know, I was watching a video last night about watercoloring, and she said something about glazing. And I thought, well, what the heck's a glaze? You know, I know what to glaze something is in ceramics, but I have no idea what it means to glaze in watercolor. So, I still don't know. I watched the video, still don't know. So, if you have a question, don't hesitate to ask. I really will do my best to help. And, you know, and I'll be completely honest and say, listen, I'm not that smart. I don't know the answer to that. You know, and if I know somebody who does, I will definitely forward you to them. But I will do my best. So please don't hesitate when you have a question. That's, you know, that's how, as crafters, that's how we learn. And, you know, and I've not known one crafter yet that wasn't willing to help me when I had a question. So don't hesitate to ask, please. Okay? I love you all, and I appreciate all the sweet comments that you leave. It really touches my heart and makes me feel good when I check my channel and you guys have left the sweetest comments, and I really appreciate them. Alright, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions, leave them below for me, and like I said, I'll do my best to answer them. Remember to practice your CPR, craft, pray, repeat. Thanks for visiting me today, and happy crafting. Love you all. Bye.